The fight against President Trump's sweeping tariffs has now landed in court. Emily Ley, founder and CEO of Simplified, a company that sells planners and home products, filed the first criminal complaint against the Trump administration over tariffs on China. Emily Ley joins me now, along with John Vecchione, senior litigation counsel at the New Civil Liberties Alliance, which is the group representing her. Good to have both of you here. Emily, I'm sorry it's under these circumstances. Tell us about your business and the impact these tariffs will have on it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. I think that this is such an important conversation to be having. Our business, I founded it in 2008. We make beautiful planners and paper goods for busy women. They're carried in major retail stores and also on our website. And we've been paying tariffs since 2017. I employ 8 additional women who are all Americans. We've paid nearly $1.2 million since 2017, and we are looking at anywhere between 54% and 79% tariffs as of lately.
And can I just say, you also give back, right?
Yes, absolutely. The philanthropic arm of what we do is so very important. And unfortunately, tariffs like this cut into every piece of our business, from salaries to growth opportunities to philanthropic efforts as well. It's truly devastating what's happening.
So, John, what is your legal strategy here? What's your case?
Well, first, it's a civil case, not a criminal case. I do want to make that clear. But look, the president has, in putting in the China, Mexico, and Canadian sanctions against Americans who import from those countries, used a statute that it's called IEEPA, and it doesn't allow tariffs. So the first thing is the law they've cited doesn't let them put in tariffs. It lets them put in, for instance, embargoes, stuff like that. The second matter is this so affects the economy that under the major questions doctrine that the Supreme Court has put in when it interprets statutes, it says, look, if you're going to affect the economy in some major way, it better be clear that Congress gave you this power. And under that doctrine, the government certainly can't show that this statute was clearly giving them this power. And then if it did give them this power, Congress gave no indication of how it should be exercised. And that impacts the non-delegation doctrine, which is, look, tariffs are congressional power. It's in Article 1 of the Constitution. So if they want to give any of it to the president, they have to tell him how to use it. And the way this has been implemented, Congress has given them no indication of that. So I think those are the major reasons why this is going to fall. And that is, in a nutshell, our case.
So, Emily, I'm very curious about what pushed you to take this step, put your company out there, and become the first to sue the administration over these tariffs?
The work we do matters. And I think in a lot of ways we're hearing about the macro effects of tariffs and a trade war. But I employ 9 women, American women. Many of them are mothers. These tariffs are impacting people on a very human level. We have women who are worried about their jobs. We have customers concerned they're not going to be able to get the products they've known and loved for 16 years. I'm answering big questions from kids about people's jobs that are at risk. It's truly gone from something scary since 2017 to something that felt impossible and now feels absolutely devastating.
We also know that small business is the driver of the U.S. economy, so I am curious what you've heard from other business owners that you're in touch with about these tariffs, and tell us as well more about anything you've heard from your customers.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. I think it's important to say, and I'm glad you acknowledge this, it is a scary thing to take this risk and to put ourselves out there and be the first. But I hope that what we're doing serves as an example, and it invites other businesses to come out and explain how these tariffs are hurting them and how they're hurting at a very deeply personal level. Yes, I have talked to many small businesses, and Americans who are importing from overseas, but also companies that are American made but are sourcing raw materials from overseas. They're going to be impacted. It's also very scary to be here now and have to start trying to plan for what we're going to do when these things are constantly changing and being backtracked. And as an entrepreneur, as a creative, it devastates me, and it feels catastrophic to have to look at the future of my American dream, of the American dreams of so many people, and feel like this is where it ends.
Emily Ley, John Vecchione, we will check back in with you and see how and where this goes. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Up next.